I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Raddatz.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Smith.
Here.
Councilmember Lasky. Mayor Sullivan.
Here.
Councilmember Grabowski.
Here.
Councilmember Ruzga.
Here.
City Manager.
Here.
City Attorney.
Here.
DPW Director.
Here.
Community Development Director.
Here.
Police Chief.
Here.
Fire Chief. Not here. And City Engineer.
Here.
Roll call complete.
Thank you. Disclosure of conflict of interest. A council member with a conflict of interest regarding an agenda item shall disclose at this time. Public hearings, we have none. Citizens comment on agenda-related items. Any citizen with correspondence to be distributed to council should provide the items to city clerk prior to the start of the meeting or after the meeting has adjourned, limited to 5 minutes. Anybody for public comment? Consent agenda. All items marked with an asterisk are considered by the city manager to be routine matters prior to approval. Any member of council may have an item removed and taken up during the regular portion of the meeting. Items include approval of minutes, cash balances, revenue and expenses, balance sheet, consideration of ordinance 26-02 to amend chapter 460 golf carts of the city of Manistee, Michigan codified ordinances, consideration of Manistee High School homecoming parade, consideration of Little Rascals Cat Sanctuary Tag Day fundraiser, consideration of Manistee County Humane Society Tag Day fundraiser. At this time, council will take action to approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Raddatz.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Smith.
Yes.
Councilmember Lasky.
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan.
Yes.
Councilmember Grabowski.
Yes.
Councilmember Ruzga.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Consideration of ratifying a settlement agreement with the United States Justice Department. The U.S. Department of Justice has accepted this city settlement offer to resolve all claims arising from the July 2nd, 2024 dredging incident that damaged the city's Riverwalk and the net shed. The settlement includes the cost of repairing the Riverwalk, removing and stabilizing the net shed, and relocating the net shed to its original position based on the engineer's cost estimate. Under the agreement, the United States will pay the city $201,514.93, resolving all claims related to the incident without further litigation. At this time, the council can take action to ratify the settlement agreement with the United States Justice Department. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on this one?
Bill, are we losing any money on that, or is that,
No, originally we had a claim with the Army Corps. Through our MML insurance, the net shed was insured for $18,500. We incurred certain costs to remove the net shed by crane, and then it was actually pulling down the Riverwalk at that portion too. So we had to stabilize it with some pilings, and we had a certain cost. I don't want to talk about the breakdown in case it influences bidding later, but then we had the engineers do an estimate to utilize a crane again and do these things to get it back on the Riverwalk. And the Army Corps transferred over to the U.S. Justice Department for the settlement, and there's a statute of limitations. I think it was 2 years from the date of the incident, so we needed to settle this, I think, based on those costs is what we planned, what we
How
offered.
quickly will we get the funds? I mean, is it one of those things, just thinking about other things that have happened, it's a really long time sometimes.
They had to submit paperwork for the banking information, so I'd assume pretty quickly.
Okay.
Right. It's possible that there's a delay, but we can enforce the agreement in court, and we are entitled to attorney's fees if we prevail.
All right.
All good? Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Raddatz.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Smith.
Yes.
Councilmember Lasky.
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan.
Yes.
Councilmember Grabowski.
yes,
Councilmember Ruzga.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Consideration of approving the purchase of a single axle plow truck. The city of Manistee has received quotations from MI Deal vendors for the purchase of a single axle plow truck to replace a 2005 truck. D&K Trucking Company has quoted $156,518 for the cab and chassis. Truck and Trailer Specialties quoted $114,126 for the equipment package and outfitting. The total purchase price is $270,644. The fiscal year 2027 motor pool budget is $275,000 for this purchase. At this time, council will take action to approve the quotations for D&K Trucking Company and Truck Trailer Specialties for the purchase of a single axle plow truck. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Will we sell the old one? Do we sell the old one, Jeff? Is there any value in the old one?
Yes, whenever we replace a piece of equipment, we register that equipment or vehicle for an online auction. The online auction has been much more lucrative for us than the way we were selling them before. So everything gets sold to the highest bidder, and then that money goes back into the motor pool.
Thanks.
Is that why we kept it outside, sitting outside that other truck there?
So there's the last cabin chassis that you approved a year ago has been sitting in the yard for quite a while. It should be going up to get the equipment on it within the next month or so. So the plow truck that, if you approve it tonight, we probably won't be able to put that in service for another year and a half.
Because they're
There's-
so far behind, is that what?
Because yep,
That person is.
the
so far-
equipment manufacturing and the installation is so far backed up. And then we do have a truck that's sitting outside the garage as well that has a broken rear end on it. And so we've been working to try to get quotations for that to get it towed, and yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Raditz,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Lasky,
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilmember Grabowski,
Yes,
Councilmember Ruzga.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Consideration of parcel split at 170 West Glecheski Drive. MRK Investments would like to split their parcel at 170 West Glecheski Drive, parcel number 51155-01815, into roughly 1 acre parcels and a 3 acre parcel. Parcels meet the zoning requirements as the city assessor has confirmed. The splits is legal and allowable. The planning commission reviewed the split and recommended approval at their June 4th, 2026 meeting. At this time, council will take action to approve the parcel split at 170 Glecheski Drive. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
What's the zoning on this once it splits? Does it
So
change?
they're both light industrial.
And what was it currently prior to that? Was it light,
It's the,
was it marijuana manufacturing?
yeah, it's a triangle parcel, and the top has an existing building with a special use permit for a marijuana processing facility, and then the bottom is vacant. And so the original plans the planning commission approved was to expand that structure and add 4 additional buildings for the marijuana processing. But Ryan's here and he ultimately didn't need that space, and so he's looking to split it and use the bottom parcel for something else in the future.
So it would not be zoned as part of the marijuana special use, then it would take it out of that?
Yeah, it's taken out of it.
Out of that?
Yeah. And then it would just be subject to what light industrial says.
Thanks, Maddie. Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Raditz,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Lasky,
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilmember Grabowski,
Yes,
Councilmember Ruzga.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Consideration of applications to boards and commissions. City clerk has taken action to advertise vacancies on the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority, Compensation Commission, Downtown Development Authority, Neighborhood Restoration and Beautification Commission, and Zoning Board of Appeals. Mayor and manager appointments require a motion, second, and council voted support. Nominations for council appointments do not require a second. After all nominations are made, council votes on the nominees until one nominee receives the majority support. The following applications have been received. The Downtown Development Authority, 1 vacancy, interest member, term ending 6/30/27. Purpose is Central Business District and Tax Increment Financing Authority Manager appointment. Jermaine Sullivan, 369 River Street. Neighborhood Restoration and Beautification Commission, 1 vacancy, term ending 4/30/27. The purpose to identify, research, and recommend opportunities and resources to help prevent, remediate, and eliminate blight and help beautify the city of Manistee. Council appointment, John S. Hanson, 990 Park Avenue. At this time, manager, mayor, and council could take action to make appointments as noted. Bill Bill will make the appointment for the DDA.
Council, I'd like to appoint Jermaine Sullivan, 369 River Street.
And is there a motion for support?
I'll support it.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Raditz,
Sullivan.
Mayor Pro Tem Smith,
Sullivan.
Councilmember Lasky,
Sullivan.
Mayor Sullivan,
Sullivan.
Councilmember Grabowski,
Sullivan.
Councilmember Ruzga.
Sullivan.
Thank you. Neighborhood Restoration and Beautification Commission, is there a nomination?
I'll nominate Mr. Hanson.
You need a second, Laura, or just take?
No.
Okay. Can you please take roll?
Councilmember Raditz,
Hanson.
Mayor Pro Tem Smith,
Hanson.
Councilmember Lasky,
Hanson.
Mayor Sullivan,
Hanson.
Councilmember Grabowski,
Hanson.
Councilmember Ruzga.
Hanson.
Thank you. Now we will have a report from Mr. Makula from the Department of Public Works.
This is the same format that we presented the last several years, just with some updated information, so I'll try to go through it very quickly. What makes up Public Works? The main areas are the utilities, fleet, parks, refuse, streets, and the marina. Public Works is made up of myself and the DPW clerk, Katie, who also serves as our marina manager. Her goal is to hire 5 part-time employees at the marina to operate that during the summer. We have 9 full-time employees in the water and sewer departments, 3 full-time in the parks department. This year, this current budget allotted 9 part-time employees in the parks. That went down from 11. We're actually down to 8 right now. We lost one of them. So we're trying our best to keep up with the demand. And then in the street department, there's 12 different full-time employees. Administration handles hundreds of phone inquiries and questions from citizens on a weekly basis. We manage over 17 budgets within the city's budget program. We do a lot of reporting to the state of Michigan and federal departments in each of our departments. We monitor and try to respond to the C-Click-Fix requests and inquiries on a daily basis. There's a tremendous amount of purchasing and planning that has to support all those different departments. Developments, I put developments on here because we assist other departments in reviewing and help plan lots of different development projects, but for us, it's also stuff that are in the townships when they're using water and sewer outside the city limits. And I've got a list of some of those projects. And then we assist, try to leverage as much as we can by getting grants. Some of the private projects is a project that the Little River Holdings is working on out in Manistee Township. We've spent a lot of time working with different developers and Manistee Area Public Schools on the Jefferson School site. Ringo Oil, the Bluffs on Manistee Lake is working on a massive expansion right now. The Senior Center Housing Project, this is their second time looking for or trying to create a housing project next to their facility. 12th and Hatzel, I put a couple of these small ones, 12th and Hatzel, the Lakeview subdivision. There is a lot of platted lots within the city that are now getting single-family homes on them. It's more activity than I've ever seen in my career, so that's very good. MI Sites is an industrial site out on M55. Allen Edwin Homes is a housing development that's out by Maple Ridge. They're working on tapping water and sewer for their first phase of duplexes. The Jackson Street Tiny Homes, the Dunes Amphitheater, the Elm Street development and Lakeview subdivision are some of those single-family home lots. And then we are spending a tremendous amount of time working with MDOT and the other partners on the MDOT US 31 reconstruction. I probably do at least 3 meetings a week on that, and I would see that increasing as we continue. In the street department, of course, we are responsible for winter maintenance, all street maintenance, sidewalk replacements and clearing, all the parking lots within the community, forestry work, which is trimming, cutting, and planting, the bridge operations, And kind of timely to mention festival support after we put in a lot of work in the past couple of weeks to support the Forest Festival. Some projects that were completed in the past year were the first in 7th Street, the truck rehabilitation, where we created ADA upgrades and repaved that section of the truck route. Washington Street, we upgraded water main, created some ADA improvements, and then repaved that project. Certainly the sidewalk program, as soon as I get new money in, we do saw cutting to remove trip hazards. And then later in the year, we try to do removal and replacements to keep up. Certainly the leaf haul in the fall takes up a whole month of our crews. The tree commission has been very dynamic, and so we work to support them and have us reinstated as a Tree City USA. Obviously the streetscape project is under construction right now, so that's takes some efforts on a daily basis for us to assist and monitor. And then also, I didn't put it on here, but tomorrow we're opening bids for the repaving of Maple Street, the entire length, so from 5th Avenue all the way to 12th Street, and 1st Street that goes from Maple Street to US 31. That is almost entirely funded through proceeds from MDOT because they're going to be using that as a detour route, and so we were able to leverage upgrading those two sections, and then we're going to combine the street signage that we already have budgeted as part of that project. We've also bundled that in with the reconstruction of Maywood and a portion of 14th and 15th Street up by what used to be Best Drug Rehab. And then we've got a number of overlay candidates. So all of that's being packaged up to try to leverage the dollars for us. Just a couple pictures of our sidewalk replacement and some of the typical brush piles. The picture of Washington Street and First and Sibin after it was paved. I almost took this out of the program because for years we've highlighted that through training and through understanding and investment in our equipment, we've been able to reduce how much salt and sand that we put on the roads every year, and it results in a truly annual savings. The last 2 winters have been particularly difficult, but we've managed to not run low on supplies, not have to tip into our backup. Many communities and road agencies they use up their emergency backup, and then they've got to look on the open market for more. We haven't had that, and so I think we're managing that program very well. Fleet maintenance is a huge part of the street department. Thank you very much for approving the single axle plow truck. I wanted to put this before you because I'm going to be coming back quite a few more times this year. We plan on replacing our tree chipper. We've been working for almost 2 years trying to demonstrate and find the right sweeper technology that would benefit to the city. The new one we have budgeted at $380,000. The one it replaces we purchased for $118,000. So that just shows you how the cost of this equipment is going up dramatically. The snow blower that we have listed is the large one that we use to clear the snow out of the downtown area, but it also gets used where we have drifted areas and the roads get narrow, and so we deploy that to try to haul the snow or push it back to get some of the streets widened out where we need to. Replacing an aeroboard trailer that helps us with traffic control, especially when we're doing the contracted maintenance work on US 31. And we have 2 pickup trucks budgeted and new V-plows for each of those. There's over 65 pieces of equipment and vehicles within the fleet. So we do preventative maintenance on a daily basis to all of those. We repair them whenever we can in-house. And then we plan out their purchases over a 10-year forecasted period so that we're managing the motor pool functions. And then I spoke earlier about the online auction. We've got some very good capabilities in our welding and fabrication. On the left, the Victorian Port City sign, there were broken welds on the metal that was there. Some of the letters were actually missing. So we were able to fully restore that in-house and put it back up, and I think it looks better than what it did before. We tried to find a manufacturer that would build us a box so that we can put our wood chips in it and slide it into our 1-ton pickup. The truck on the right We had several contacts out there. We could not get anybody to quote it. So we ended up building it in-house for less money than what we expected or what we had budgeted for it. Parks Department, again, we have over 15 city parks that we do daily maintenance on. There's over 9 public restrooms that we maintain on a daily basis this time of year. Some of those get locked up in the winter time, but this time of year it's every single day. During festivals, it's 2-3 times a day. We do other things like setting up the ice rinks and maintaining those, beach cleaning, supporting any and all of the volunteers that request to participate in keeping up our parks. And then we do some other work things such as watering the flowers in the downtown. The picture was from last fall when we did all the tree cutting and trimming out of Memorial Park. The construction is starting to come together. I think you'll start seeing some real progress on that, and I think it's going to turn out really, really nice. We're also doing internal projects whenever we can. We installed a hammock park that was requested by the high school students when we were doing our beach master plans. And I just wanted to highlight that because it was literally a couple $100 to rent an auger. The wood is the pilings that we salvage from the city marina. We've used them in all kinds of different projects, and so always trying to be budget friendly that way. And the picture on the top right is just we're trying to paint some of the playground equipment as whenever we have time. You'll see the guys doing a lot of the bleachers. They did a lot of the staining of the boards. For years we painted them, the paint would chip and it looked terrible. The stain seems to be holding up much better, and now they're working on the underside metal framing of them, painting those. I also wanted to point out that we believe we fully completed the purchasing and replacement of the 55-gallon drums that we used to put in the parks with the new ornamental 30-gallon baskets. We actually have about 20 extra that we put out during the festival in areas, so that program is all but complete. That kind of segues into the refuse. As you're aware, we contract out the household hazardous waste, but we have constant contact with our contractor and working through citizen issues. The curbside recycling is about a year old. I think it has been going very well. Everybody that I talk to in the community is thankful for it. We collect yard waste bags every week on Tuesday, so if you put those in the brown bags, we're happy to pick those up. And then obviously we compost those. And then I always want to remind people that there's a monthly bulky item pickup that you can put out. So the first collection of the week, if you've got a large item, you can put that out on the curb and that gets taken away, and there's no additional cost to the citizens for that. And then each year we participate in a recycling event, and in the last couple of years a partnership with the NRCB. This year we did metal down at the Armory towards the end of May. Just a picture of our processing. When we take all those yard waste bags, we windrow them, we let them naturally break down, we mix them on an annual basis, and after about 3 years, we screen all the debris out of it, and the picture on the right-hand side is the finished compost. We use that on all of our city projects. We don't buy any topsoil, and then we also make that available to citizens off of Veterans Oak Road Drive in our outdoor storage area. The utilities, I believe both the water and the sewer department are given updates next week or at your next meeting, so I won't get into a great deal of detail. But last year we did pump almost 274 million gallons of water to serve the community, and we treated 368 million gallons of sewage. All the work and investment that the community's put in to reduce overflows and illicit connections has brought those two numbers closer and closer together. But the storage tanks that we have at the treatment plant help absorb what that difference in those numbers are. And just a couple pictures of typical work that we do. In the city marina, this time of year, business has picked up. There's a lot of boaters. One thing that we've noticed is that not only are we getting more boaters, but when they come to visit, they're staying longer days, more days at a time. And so it has made the marina profitable. for the last couple of years, which hasn't been the case in decades. So we're really happy to work with the Harbor Commission and the Marina staff to get us in a good position there. We applied for, received a grant for a pump out, and that is being installed this week. And then I will take any questions from you.
When is the time frame for Maple to be, is that gonna be just repaired, one of those churn and lay down, or?
Yeah, we call it a mill and fill, so we're gonna grind off a portion of the top layer of asphalt and then basically repave it back and then restripe it. The completion of that is set to be completed before school opens up. So it'll
Okay,
be
so
late in the
yes.
summer, hopefully will be completed late August.
And what was the other MDOT one? You mentioned Maple Street and you said there's one other.
Maple and First Street are part of the detour route, so those are the ones that we've put tighter controls on. And then we have up by the Maywood Water Tower, Maywood 14th and 15th at the top of
Yeah.
Hospital Hill. That'll be reconstruction, so we've given a little bit more leeway on that. But we're trying to get that repaired obviously before the detour begins next spring. And then we have probably 6, 7 overlays throughout the city for various reasons that we'll be completing as well.
I got one more question. Do we have to get a new plow truck, or on the pavers, will our existing plow truck be able to plow those pavers and the bump out?
So what we've discussed at this point is, I don't want to put steel, when we plow, we have steel cutting edges, and I don't want to put those on the brick pavers. Number one, I don't want to damage the pavers. Number two, steel scrapes off of them and it'll stain. So what we've talked about is since we're purchasing a new plow truck, since we're purchasing a new V-plow, we will put a neoprene cutting edge on that. It's basically a hard rubber, so that we'll use it for that area. And it's the same principle that we use on the sidewalks downtown right now.
So that's something you put on and take off, the neoprene, or is it permanently?
We'll just dedicate one truck that has that so that it's used for that purpose and doesn't damage anything else.
And then that bump out, the curves, does that same concept work, or is that gonna be hard to do, or how are you gonna do the bump outs?
The bump outs will create a challenge. I'm not concerned with the guys being able to clean it out, like that's okay. The concern I have is, right now, we take all the snow and we put it into a windrow on one side of the street, and then we use that big snow blower and a loader to load that into trucks. And then cars that are still downtown have to go around that. So it's really kind of a 3-lane operation, and when we get to those choke points, the cars won't be able to get around, but it should be a short duration, and we'll work through it.
Okay.
Yeah, who cut at the First Street Beach before the 4th of July, they cut all the grass down there? I got a lot of calls on that.
Yeah, we did that internally.
Well, why'd you do it before 4th of July?
We had the time to do it, and we had the equipment rental available at that time. And it's something that's been discussed and requested by citizens and members of the Parks Commission for years. It's probably been 4 or 5 years since the last time that we did it. So we didn't uproot anything. We simply took a brush hog and just cut everything down to restore the views from the parking lot.
Well, I know we had discussed it, in the Parks Department had discussed it, so I knew we had done that. I just, a lot of people just thought it was a mess down there. I don't know if they expected us to rake that up after that or what.
Yeah, I've received one complaint the day that we did it, and then quite a few compliments on it, so.
Okay.
Thank you. Citizens comment. This is an opportunity for citizens in attendance to comment on municipal services, activities, or areas of city involvement. Limited to 5 minutes. Letters submitted to council will not be publicly read. Okay.
Dave Melky, 273 6th Avenue. Basically, I wanted to discuss what I'd found out on the, is that feedback from here? My FOI, the latest one, 26-35, I submitted some of this material to the clerk's office, and I don't know if it's been dispersed to the council yet.
This is just for you to comment on anything. Right now, it's not a question and answer.
No.
Okay,
no,
yeah, so just comment, because I don't want you to take up your whole 5 minutes.
Okay. The facts I did find is there was not a permit for the sign at the senior center. There was no plan for the sign. And a new permit was issued. And what I'd like to maybe have considered at a future meeting is I'd like to see that sign removed and taken to the owner of the sign, which is Mrs. Butterfield on Murky Road. So it seems like the senior center is acting as a proxy for Miss Butterfield and her group. And it's gone on for a couple years now without a permit. And my opinions aren't relevant. It's an illegal sign, it's still a legal sign. Doesn't meet the specification of the ordinance. And I'd like to see it removed or voted on by the council at the next meeting, possibly. And have Ms. Butterfield remove that sign to her property at no cost to the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else with a comment?
My name is Patrick McDuff. I live at 273 6th Avenue. I would like to talk about what I consider to be disruptive, things that are disruptive and really harmful. The first one is the fireworks that people are setting off within the city limits. The fireworks of today are quite powerful and very loud and disruptive to living. I've been awakened many times at night by the fireworks. They're oftentimes going off after midnight. They're not just used during the 4th of July. I've heard these things all throughout the summer and winter holidays too. As I walk around town, I see the debris all over the sidewalks, the streets, and in the landscapes, and I've also seen them in our water. I think it's safe to say that people won't pick any of that up at this point. I see it being mashed into the roads by cars, and it's just going down into the river. Personally, I would like to see recreational fireworks banned in the city limits and let everybody go down to the 4th of July fireworks, make it special. The other thing I would like to talk about is recreational fires. In my opinion, they add to air pollution and they're a public nuisance. Earlier this year, I left my windows open, early spring, a nice day. I came home and my home was full of smoke. I went down and talked to the person who had the fire, and they just told me that the city said they could do it. I don't think they're necessary. I mean, it's nice, everybody likes to sit around a fire, but when you're in a urban area, I just think they're a hazard and a nuisance. I think they add to air pollution and completely, or really believe they're completely unnecessary to daily living. The last thing I would like to address is a lawn equipment operation within the city limits. I would like to see it limited to 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. at night. I live near the marina, and I hear pack blowers all summer long. They can be as early as 6:30 in the morning. And there will be multiple pack blowers cleaning off the Riverwalk and the marina area. I was awakened at 5:30 in the morning last Friday by the same thing. There were multiple pack blowers, people running pack blowers with flashlights, cleaning up that boardwalk in the marina area. I think all of these things would promote healthier living in the city. And I think it would be a boon to our ecology as well. I would really like to see the council seriously consider getting rid of these things that are allowed. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else? Mr. Campbell?
Just wanted to thank the police department, fire department, and DPW, Chamber of Commerce for their work on the Forest Festival this last weekend. It was a good team effort, and appreciate all their efforts.
Thank you. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes, if anyone didn't know, the Ramsdale's putting on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. talks, tunes, and tours. So it's free and very educational usually. So that's it.
Thank you. Rowski?
So, you got any idea when they're tearing down that building at 3rd and 7th?
I don't have a timeline, but I know the land bank's working on it. I did contact them. They're going to be mowing the lawn over there. I can get back to council on that.
Okay, I got a couple calls on dogs. One is for, they would like a sign at man-made because the people aren't cleaning up after their dogs. I think we discussed this before, where they wanted bags or something down there. Because, you know, when you got a dog, people let them run. They don't clean up. The other thing is that they were complaining about the dogs on the beaches. They said there are dogs down there and they'd like to see that stopped.
Yeah.
Maybe build a sign down
It's,
there.
yeah, so it's been an ongoing thing. We try to just educate the public about where dogs are allowed and not allowed, but it is an ongoing enforcement issue.
So I, you know, the police gotta get out of their cars and go walk the beach and get, I used to get my shoes dirty going down there, so, we need to do something with them. Okay, one more. Oh, Jeff, are we gonna put up finish putting up the street signs this year? Those new signs we were putting up?
We're going to use this year's street sign money and last year's to re-sign all of First Street from 31 all the way to the beach, and then Maple Street from Fifth Avenue all the way to 12th Street.
Okay. I thought we were gonna get them all done in a couple of years and be done with it.
Well, I'm trying to do the major streets.
Yeah, I see that.
Yes.
You're done. Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
You good? Okay. Ms. Raddatz?
No, I just wanted to acknowledge all the volunteer organizations at our Forest Festival, as well as all the friendly volunteers that we saw. It was like seeing the city of Manistee turn out, not only for a good time, but to support others and good causes. So we have a great city.
Thank you. Mr. Smith?
I'm all set, thank you.
Ms. Lasky?
Just one question. I think I saw people utilizing the lighthouse, but do we have any report on the numbers that, you know, the city's helping with that monetarily, so
I don't have any numbers. I can reach out and get something.
that might be interesting to see how that's going.
Okay, consideration of closed session, attorney-client privilege, communication, request to convene a closed session pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, PA 267 of 1976, pursuant to the MCL 15.2681H, to discuss attorney-client privilege, communicated date July 7th, 2026. At this time, council can take action to proceed into closed session. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that one.
Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Raddatz?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Lasky?
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan?
Yes.
Councilmember Grabowski? Councilmember Ruzga?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you.
So 9.
Approve settlement agreement. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second? Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Raddatz?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Lasky,
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan, Councilmember Grabowski,
Yes.
Councilmember Ruzga.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Now I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.